She says that once this documentary comes out, she says Karen is going to try to strike back.
Of course she will. I already am. I'm ready. I'm going to have to go back to battle again.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to tell her. Okay, but hold on. Don't talk so fast because my brain is hurting right now. Okay. Can you back it up a bit? Okay, thank you. Okay. Oh my God, I'm forgetting what she's telling me. She's giving me too much information. Okay. She's also saying Ernie is a little bit nervous about Lisi giving birth during COVID. But then Irene said, Irene's really tough. Like she has a toughness about her.
Oh, she does.
Right? Like she's tiny, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's but tough. And she says, don't worry, I'll make sure Lisi's protected. And she's telling me that when she's going to be at the hospital delivering, she's going to be there to make sure nothing happens. Well, and then Missy jumped in and said, oh no, I will be there too. So that's why I said, if we tell you to go to the hospital, will you go? She said, of course.
So Lisi is giving birth at the hospital Irene passed away at.
No way. This is like beyond karmic, man. I mean, okay, so from a psychic's perspective, and one of my, I guess, well, Shavaun and I both, we can do this. We can really see other people's past lives. We're both really good at it. And I've been lately seeing things so like a lot more clearer. And just from a psychic perspective of past life connections and like karmic, to see all this synchronicity, the 17, and Lisi is giving birth at the hospital where Irene passed out. That's like beautiful and karmic. And it just shows you how we never really die, how our spirit never really dies. Like the people you have such a strong connection with, no matter what, you always come back together. Like, I mean, it's phenomenal to me. Am I making sense?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's incredible. It's so incredible. And there's more synchronicity, like just like the whole story of Shavaun and Ernie getting together. That's a whole other. We'll get into that later. We'll tell you. But one other thing, Irene, I just have to say, I completely remember when you and Ernie were married that on the wedding day.
Yeah.
I had just met Irene that one time. This woman was so elated. They were singing, what was that song?
Amore.
And she had her handkerchief and she was, oh my God, that just warmed my heart. She was so goddamn happy that day when you guys got married. That is always going to stick in my mind.
It's funny. Sometimes you just don't realize who somebody is to you until they're gone.
Yeah.
And when she left, I just thought, wow, we had such a history. I mean, it is deep, and I am writing a book, and I'm, going to go into some personal details that I've been holding on to for the last 35 years. But, this is a personal story. Missy's murder has been a huge part of my life. It's been more of my life than not. And one of the greatest messages I've gotten from Missy, and I hope that anyone out there that's grieving or struggling, because, it is hard to lose people. But the message I got for her is that, please don't grieve over me anymore. Don't grieve because you're there. You're not living your life fully because you're on earth. You need to be there to do things and, to live and be happy and to love and create and create a family and share joy. And, she wishes she could be here with us, and she is, and it's not the same. And don't think that she's not sad because she's missed out, but she doesn't want us to suffer, any of the family anymore. And, it's pretty treacherous reliving her murder. And when I was doing the documentary, there was so much, if I can say in the beginning, when she died, like the police barely told us anything. Like we just knew that she had been found suffocated and fully clothed, but they didn't tell us where, how, when, nothing. We were in the dark for so long. And when you're, with the trial itself, like I testified, so I couldn't be at the trial anytime before I testified, and I couldn't be there after I testified because I had to work. And the thing about the trial was there's so much information that had we known back then, we would have been able to piece things together better. Because what I have learned through the making of the documentary, but with facts, even though I already knew this, I got premeditation from Karen. This is Karen premeditated this murder. She rooked Laura Doyle and Eva into it. And Eva was more of a part of this murder than she led on. She took part in hair cutting, and maybe you could ask Missy about, can you ask Missy about like any stuff that she wants to talk about with the murder?
And
And
she's
then,
showing me the purse. Her purse. Her purse.
oh, there's something very important with her purse.
She keeps showing me her purse. Okay, hold on. She said, I don't always like talking about my murder. I know, sweetie. I'm sorry, honey.
She doesn't have to if she doesn't want to. And I can tell you the purse is a big clue
Is
that
it?
you
Okay,
just
yeah,
threw out.
yeah, she's definitely Oh, see, hold on, hold on. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on, I gotta shift my vibe. Hold on. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. So this is kind of what she's showing me. It's a little bit like a movie in my head. So I see she's showing me Karen. Okay. So it's like three people. Laura is to the left here. Karen is in the middle here.
Mhm.
And that Eva chick is next to Karen.
Exactly.
And Laura was yelling that they got into a fight, is what she's showing me.
Mhm.
She's showing me that Laura and was telling Karen, enough is enough. You scared her, stop. Like, it's like they all got into a fight. Eva, Karen, and Laura, while Missy was behind her back.
Mhm.
Um, and she's saying that Laura was really scared and that Karen was threatening Laura. And that Karen had threatened Laura in the past prior, would always joke around and say she was gonna. Do you know if Karen ever told Laura, I would kill you?
I didn't ever ask Laura that, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Okay, hold on. So she's showing me that all three of them had got into an argument, and that Karen was telling the other two what to do. No, you do this and you do this.
That's right. I'm
Okay,
sure that's right. Yeah,
okay,
sounds like
that's what she's showing me. Ow. Oh. Oh, fuck. Ow. Ow. Oh, fuck. I'm having a deja vu as I'm doing this. This is fucking wild. Somebody hit her over the head. Ow.
with the knife.
Ah. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts.
Mm.
And then they put her in the water. Did they drown her?
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Ow, that hurts. Um, she says her passing was really beautiful, though.
What does that mean?
Okay. I'm seeing that. She's saying when she died, um, she said she knew she was gonna die. She knew.
She did. She told a lot of, at least 5 or 6 people what song she wanted played at her funeral. And she said that, I mean, who does that? Who does that? She
Really?
said that, at 16,
Oh my
she's
God.
talking about it in the morning of her um, death. And it wasn't the first dream, but that morning she woke up and she told her mom that she had a dream somebody killed her.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then her friend Tammy called her a couple hours or whenever she did earlier that morning, and Missy had already made the plans with Laura. Laura had called her out of the blue. Laura and Missy hadn't hung out in a couple years, really. I mean, one-on-one. It was a random phone call from Laura. So Missy told Tammy that she dreamt somebody killed her too. So
Wow. Yeah, she said she knew she was going to die. Okay, hold on. She's saying, oh, wow. Okay. Okay, tell me. Okay, so, huh, I don't know what that means. Okay, so she got, however they hit her, it was really, it hurt really bad.
it was probably with the knife because they chopped off her hair with a knife.
Oh, Jesus. So she said while she was drowning, because that's the feeling that she's giving me in a way. She says that she's taken out of her body. So she could see her body in her head's down. And I see like what is it? Not how do you say that in English? Cobblestone? No. You know those rocks like in like a ravine or a creek? They have those rocks. I see little rocks around
Yep.
that area. Okay. So she said she could see her body and she was taken by an angel. It looks like literally like an angel. So she was taken. So she didn't feel, she says, I was blessed enough not to have to feel that.
Oh, thank goodness.
It was like, and I don't know if any of you have ever done any what is it, astral projection, how how like you can kind of leave your body. When you ever leave your body,
Right.
you don't always feel what's going on physically in your body because you're looking at it from a different perspective, from outside, so you're not really feeling the physical pain. And that's what literally she's showing me. So, and she says that she was taken to a room, a really beautiful white room. Really? She was told to wait there for a little bit. And she says, then somebody came, and she says, then it looked like I was just in paradise.
Oh,
She
wow.
likes sunsets. Yeah, it's like the colors of the sunsets. She says, oh, wow, I see that. Wow, it's so beautiful. It's like when she says when she walked out of the room and she walked out, she saw this, how like in Hawaii, or like a beautiful, like the beautiful sunset and how gorgeous it is, the orange sky. She says it was like paradise, how she was walking into paradise. But she says it took her a while to heal her spirit, um, because she was very worried about the family. She says that's why I came to you so quickly.
Because Karen was in the house.
Yeah, she was very worried. She goes, I was very worried for my mom. I was really worried for my mom.
That Karen would try to kill her?
Karen would give her a bunch of bullshit, which she did anyway.
Right, she did. Yeah.
Um, she says I was more afraid that Karen wouldn't get caught. And she really wanted Karen caught. Hold on. And she was worried about Ernie because she says her and Ernie had a special bond.
They
Is that
did.
true?
Yeah.
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 She was really, really worried about Ernie. And she says Chris internalized everything. I don't know. That's what she's telling me. I don't know but that's what she's saying. Okay. Would you dream about her? Because she's showing me her coming to you in dreams.
There was one dream in particular. It was pretty amazing. It was about a month after she died, and I was dreaming that I was in a log cabin. Now, mind you, this was before we knew where her body was found, because we still didn't know. The police didn't tell us anything. So I dreamt I was in this log cabin, and I looked up and there was Missy's spirit, and it was flying around the roof, like angry, so angry, so angry, so angry, and it scared me. And then I just looked, and there she was in front of me sitting. Like after she got out all her anger, she was sitting but floating in like a lotus position. And she was floating and her eyes glowed at me. We didn't say anything, but it was like that was the start of our, okay. It was like she looked at me and maybe she was given a glimpse of the future that I was going to be able to help her. I don't know, but she got calmed down and her eyes looked gorgeous blue and out of this world blue. And then she just kind of floated away.
She said she knew that you would be the only one that would give her a voice. She knew, she says, she goes, I knew that Shavaun would be the strongest one to give.
It's not, it was certainly not easy to relive all this, I'll tell you that much.
I
So,
can only imagine. I can only imagine. I mean,
so wait, the other question I have to ask you though is when she said that Karen is going to retaliate.
okay. Let me ask Irene.
And what about Eva? Is Eva going to retaliate?
Did Eva went to jail?
Eva did not go to jail. Eva was the one that came forward, but and told what happened, and basically said she had nothing to do with it, but she did have something to do with it. Well, first off, Karen and Eva were living together at the time of the murder, which nobody knew. And Eva and Missy had been friends, and actually, if anyone was more of a best friend, it was Eva and Karen to Missy than Laura was. Laura was more of a acquaintance friend, like, hey, how you doing? Where Eva and Karen to Missy were like intertwined. Eva lived with Missy earlier that year. They'd gotten in a fight. And now here's a crucial piece of evidence that was never discussed, that no one knows about, is that Eva was dating Johnny, who was Missy's old boyfriend, right? And so when Missy talks about the purse, so the purse was this crucial piece of evidence that is barely talked about as well in the trial. So Missy's purse was not found at her body. It was found on October 2nd up by the bridge. So about a quarter mile away from where the body was left, and it was wet. Now I asked Laura, so how the murder happened. So it was like Eva went back to the car before the actual killing happened. She took part, from what Laura says, in the hair cutting. And then she gave Karen's keys, and probably Eva got her knife back, because it was Eva's knife and bandana that was used, because Eva always carried this straight knife with a blue bandana on it. So Karen knew this and probably thought, ooh, we'll cut off Missy's hair with Eva's knife, without Eva really knowing it. Or maybe they were plotting it on the way up, because Karen was one of, narcissists. They triangulate. They tell people something that didn't happen. Oh, Missy always talks so much shit about you, Eva, all the time, when Missy didn't really talk shit. But now Karen's planting the seeds and Eva's believing her, and probably she's fueling her fire, because Eva's terribly jealous because Johnny and Missy had a thing. And so in Missy's purse was Johnny's ID, his school ID. How did Missy get his school ID? Well, she'd seen him a few months earlier. He'd moved out of town. He came back into town. She asked him for a picture. He didn't have a picture. He gave her his ID. So clearly you don't give your ID to somebody that doesn't mean something. You give it to somebody who does, right?
Right.
And this ID was in Missy's purse, along with a lot of other evidence, which I'll talk about at another time. But that was one of the big pieces of evidence that just kind of tied Eva in more. Now, to being having a motive, right? So, but Eva was our witness, our key witness, so we couldn't, not we, our prosecutor didn't want to push on her too much, because if we didn't have her testimony, we didn't have a case. You see? So anyways, Eva was definitely more a part of it. And Eva, if you're watching this, don't ever call me again.
Okay, hold on. She says Eva's not going to cause you a problem. She says that Eva is actually really upset that Karen got out of prison.
Right.
Okay, hold on. Oh, she wants to talk about Laura. Okay, hold on. She's saying Laura. Let me see what she's saying about Laura.
Okay, let's hear it.
Did Laura also write a book?
No.
But she's showing me Laura writing. Do you think, could Laura be writing something?
Maybe.
You think she's writing a book? Okay, hold on a second.
I don't think Laura would publish the book, though.
I don't get that. Yeah, I don't get that sense.
If anything, I would think Laura would write the book and then hand it to me and say, use this when I'm dead, or something like that.
Or she's writing about her experience in prison.
Right.
But I don't really get that psychically either. So I'm not quite sure what she means about that. You're going to hear from Laura is what she's saying.
I did just hear from Laura.
You did?
Like 3 days ago.
Okay, you know what? I swear to God, I did not
didn't tell you.
No, you did not.
I just heard from her. Her dad died and she's living in another state now.
You're going to hear from her again. She says Laura's going to reach out a few times. Oh, right. Okay. Are you showing me the future? Okay, I'm so not related to this family, but I would not feel comfortable with that. She's showing me Laura in your house, and I'm like, really? Maybe you guys are being interviewed together. Or maybe it's at a sound, and this looks like it's your house. I don't know about that, Shavaun. Okay.
I don't know if I'd see that happening.
No, this one I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that, but that's
maybe it's, you see her in my house because we're Zooming her from.
Oh, that could be.
Oh,
that could be. That could be. Yes, maybe that's what it is. Okay. Oh, that's right. Sometimes I forget we're in COVIDville, you know? I forget that. Okay, hold on a second. She says she forgives Laura.
That's good.
She's also saying, is something happening in March? Because she says March, hold on. She says that she's gonna prepare you. So like when the time comes, she'll come to you and tell you if Karen would do anything. And she's saying Karen won't do anything sinister. It's like she won't do anything. It's like she's not going to come to your house with a gun. Like she's saying she's not going to do anything like that. She might try to write another book. Okay. I don't think anybody would buy it, but okay. Oh, right. Oh, fuck. Okay, hold on. I have to translate that one. Hold on. She says that once the documentary comes out, that there are going to be some reporters or some people, but the way Irene showed me, like small reporters, that people are going to want to interview her or going to try, and she's going to want to have her voice heard. But Irene says, don't worry about it because she's not going to get what she wants.
Right.
So, but she's saying that she's going to try. Don't worry, I have her back. I will fuck her up. You do not fuck with the witches, okay?
Well, that was great.
That was awesome. Oh my God, Irene. She's
Mhm.
telling me to tell you she loves you.
Oh, tell her I love her too. I miss her.
Well, she's gonna be around you a lot. Oh, okay. Does she wear a certain perfume? Because I feel like you're gonna smell her perfume in the
Okay.
house.
Yeah.
She says you're gonna smell that and it's gonna be her.
Okay.
Oh, hey, anytime you want to come and channel, I'm here for you, Irene.
So one little thing I have to tell you that happened earlier today. So I have Missy's original tombstone here at the house. And oftentimes I'll go, you know where it is.
Yeah.
I'll go outside and I'll sit with her and I'll meditate in the morning, or I'll connect and hear what she has to say. And this morning she's like, I'm going to be here today. I can't wait to talk to Sabrina, and come sit next to me. I'm going to show you a butterfly. So I come sit next to her, no butterfly, nothing, right? But then I'm upstairs getting ready, and I haven't seen a butterfly in a couple weeks, to be honest. So I'm sitting outside and I look out and there's a butterfly flapping away. So then I go downstairs and that same butterfly comes up to the window and is flapping away. And then as right as we're getting to start the whole podcast, like right before I came in, a whole nother butterfly came out and was just flapping around. So, you know, I love the signs from the spirit world, and they're with us all the time if we pay attention. And it's the little things like the scents and the smells and the butterflies and the feathers and the flowers, through the signs of nature and animals and music. You know, song on the radio, like I was saying, Wish You Were Here shows up. There's so many signs from the other side that we all get from our loved ones if we pay attention. And, you know, I want to hope that some of this stuff that we share with everybody, that they can apply some of it into their life, and look for the signs from the ones you love, because they really are always there.
They are. And you want to hear something really trippy?
Hmm.
So, first of all, butterflies are my favorite. I've always wanted a butterfly tattoo, and at some point, I'm going to get one. I have a butterfly sticker, I swear to God, that I'm staring at right now on my window.
Oh,
When she's when you're on, I'm crying. Oh my God, butterfly! And I'm staring. It's like I just love this. Like the spirit is a fucking amazing. It's amazing.
amazing. And it's spirit is soft and sweet and gentle. It's not a lot of drama. It's not a lot of crazy. And you find it when you go into that sort of quiet place within. So why don't we close up and hope that everyone does find their quiet place within this week.
Be open-minded, open up with your heart, and see if you see or feel any signs this week from any loved ones, or maybe your spirit guides.
Our
You know?
spirit guides.
We wish you a beautiful week, and peace out.
Peace out.